Hello my correct amazing people, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming back to watch my video once again. Oh my gosh guys, I came across this video today. I say I must share it like on my video platform. Is going to motivate many Nigerians. Like this video is worth emulating. Like P2B is so simple in nature. In this video there's something P2B said that blowed my mind away. He said if you are from a poor country, you are poor no matter how rich you think you are. Guys, just watch to the end. Wanna make it till morning.
Morning exercise this morning.
Start by 6, end by 7.
Wow.
6 a.m. dot. I go to bed about 1, 2, 6. I'm exercising. I stop by 7. Within that period I'm exercising. You know, I follow this church in America.
Yes.
St. Thomas Parish. Their mass starts by 6. And it ends up about 6:20. Then between 6:20 and this, I do my rosary. It is 15 minutes. Then do divine mercy, which is 10 minutes. And do prayer for impossible requests, which is 5 minutes.
Impossible requests?
Yeah, difficult requests. You know,
okay.
If you live in Nigeria, you must pray for this country every day. You know?
Because it's an impossible request.
Yes. Difficult request. It's difficult. Something that is difficult. So, I do mass, which lasts about 10. The mass lasts for 20 minutes. The rosary is for 15 minutes. And then, divine mercy is for 9 minutes. Then I do this 5 minutes prayers for Nigeria. That's what I do every morning. They have to pray for Nigeria because this is a country that don't care.
But don't you think that some
every
people?
Every country in the world cares for its poor people. This is the only country I came. Poor people.
Nobody cares for them.
Nobody.
But don't you think that
in England, have you ever seen police stopping bus or train? They stop the big vehicles, stop the big men from going. This place, they make sure that if you're on bus, you suffer everything. You know, if you're poor in this country, your problems are escalated. So you pray for it too. You know, remember one day came back and said, Mr. Sassika, told him, no, this is Upabiasika's house.
Okay, Upabiasika, you're the next. Yes. Okay.
So Mr. Sassika said, oh no, well listen, I have my half of my land I'm going to sell and everything.
Deal. Yeah.
So you buy it. And I said, why don't you just build a small? I said, no, it wants a very big, you know, it wants a very big house. I said, okay, fine. As long as we're going to have agreement, you build a big house, but you're going to build
a small one
for me. So this is where I live. Everything I have is here.
Really?
Nothing else.
So who lives in the big one there?
He's there. She's there. She lives in it. When she comes back, I go there and sleep because she's there. You know, if she's not here, I don't even go there. I don't even enter there. You know, so this is my one.
Wow.
Functional is effective.
Very fun. But
I can get up in the morning, do my coffee.
But that's what they call in Nigeria. This is what they call BQ, boys quarter.
No.
So how can Oga like you be living in BQ?
Let me tell you, it's very, all these things is still time necessarily irresponsible. But I don't blame those who do it. It suits them. It doesn't conflict my interest.
Yes.
This is functional. You see my sitting room, you see my bedroom. I can do everything. I get up in the morning like I've done 1 hour of exercise and clean this place. I did the cleaning now. I warm my food. I'm going to make you a coffee.
Yeah.
Very easy. But when you live in this complicated one, you're looking for house help, house boy, this, everybody is.
But hold on. No. I mean, your kitchen is quite and simple, but suddenly there are books in the kitchen.
Yes, because some of the, these are some of the, notes from when I go, this burial,
yes.
These are burial
okay, burial booklet, yeah.
You go,
but I thought they've stopped it in our state.
They haven't stopped it entirely because we have money think it's part of their life. They must advertise themselves. I personally have stopped as much as I can from writing all these
funeral orations.
No. You're writing about somebody you've never met, and you're saying wonderful this. Somebody, no. You know, so for me, the person has died. All you're doing is waste of time writing all those nonsense. If the person has done good, you will go to heaven. If he's done bad, he's going to hell. If you like, write anything. You know. So I live in a more functional way. It's not for people to see like that. Basically, I don't live with house helps. It solves my life. And it makes people lazy.
No, sure.
So when I tell people I get up in the morning, after I'm walking around the house tonight, everything. Now I have to face my tea and tea.
I must say that's what I think that's one thing we share in common. Do it yourself.
The calf coffee.
The calf, okay, yes. I don't take sugar. It's a privilege that you're making coffee for me, sir.
No privilege.
It is so.
No. How can you say it like that? Making coffee. Everybody can make coffee for you. You know, coffee is just coffee.
Caffeine.
Just coffee. Everybody can make. If I is my joy serving people, ask people when I was in government, ask those who came to government to eat. It was me who served their food. It is a joy for you to serve people, especially when you have good visitors like you who come for, you know, not to visit. You know, here, when people visit you, the only thing they talk about is money. You know, nobody comes to share idea, nobody comes to, you know, do anything except, oh, give me money, I have a problem. They assume you don't have problem. You don't take sugar, do you take honey?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I bought this one the last time I went to London. And the woman told me, said it has 2 years to expire, but they were selling it half price. And he said you must consume it in 2 years. I said, I'm going to make sure I finish it too.
So I'm helping in the finishing.
So lots of things. Then you come around, you see other people celebrating as if, especially with public money, as if they're in Hollywood.
Yet the person in question, before he got into the public office, was almost a pauper.
Thank you. Could not even afford those things. Is that enjoying? And what even annoys me more is when you question, he said, I used to enjoy those things.
How?
You know, no. Even if you used to enjoy it, you're not a public figure. You shouldn't do it any longer. Because you're not showing a good example of what should be. Even if you used to do it in your private life, you're not a public person. I tell people, for example, a British Airways Gold for Life member. For life, you need to do about 20 years of flying in business class once every month for you to be a British Airways Gold for Life.
Okay.
But since I went into public office, if you see me in first class, and I'm upgraded by British Airways, if ever, which rarely happens, and I cannot go there any longer with my money, even if it's my money, because I've seen like going to this hospital that difference between business class and first class can buy a lot of seats for people in classrooms. So I don't need it any longer. Locally, from the day I became governor, until I became governor, I was chairman of bank, in the business side of it. I now fly the economy side of it. In fact, in my last, about September this year, I agreed with somebody who said to me, Peter, tell me why you should fly, why you should continue doing the economy with all the things you do. And I said, man, there's nothing wrong in it. It's a 45 minutes journey. In Europe, nobody flies even this class, all these classes see people fly. But then, let me tell you, you won't know the difference. If I fly economy to Abuja or Enugu, it costs me 25, maximum 30,000. If I fly business class, it's 75. He said yes. I said, okay, we are going from Abuja to Enugu. So we arrived in Enugu. I won't call them. I said, where is your village? He told me. So I said, we'll go to the village. So we'll go to the village. In the market square in his village, I called 10 women. 10. Sorry, not 10. Yes, 10 women. I addressed them. After addressing them, I said, I'm going to give you people 10,000.
The differential.
The excitement, nobody could believe it. They told me that their total thing, their car, the total stuff they are selling is worth about 6,000-7,000. So that 10 I've doubled their goods in the next market. And I said, let me tell you, that is the difference between my coming to Enugu and going back to Lagos. It has changed other people's life. And there's no impact it would have made where I sat in that place. The other one did not add anything to me or remove anything from me. Except a feeling that I feel I shouldn't sit with people I'm supposed to sit with, or those people are second class citizens, which is what you normally hear. I said, no, you don't belong to the same place. Where do you belong? If you are from a poor country, you're poor. No matter how rich you are, you're a poor person. But once you say where you're coming from, people will classify you where you belong.
Based on your country of origin.
Based on your country of origin. Anybody who is from Nigeria is poor, no matter how rich you are. You're poor. You know, I lived in the Western world and you know how they classify people from here. In fact, if you're rich at times, it becomes even a worse. Why can't you help people in your place? So for me, anything that makes it possible, let me bring your coffee. I was just packing my food for the day. See, that's my food for the day. See how I packed it now. So I'm ready to go.
Is that the food is what you wrap with sellotape?
That's the only thing, yes. As I tell you, because I put it in the car, put it in a warm tin, then sellotape it. But I don't eat before 1. Okay. So 1 o'clock now, I'm going from 1, I have about 6 funerals today.
Wow.
I go from one to the other. I'm starting from Canal. And one is the cheapest place. I go from one place to the other. And I don't eat at funerals.
Actually not meant to be. I mean, it's personally, I think it's a given. I think it's a given not to. You know, it's also a personal decision.
It's a personal decision. And I don't believe that people should entertain people when they've lost somebody.
Exactly.
When you're grieving, you should be the one that they come, my dude. So, but I don't question those who do it because it's not for me to question them. Let
me digress a little bit. You know, in one of the interviews you granted, you said you only had 1 or 2 shoes, and from what I can see here, I mean, I'm just digressing. Do not be offended. I can see 2 sports shoes here,
yes.
And as usual, and 2 Marks and Spencer shoes.
Yes.
Wow.
It's very simple. Let me tell you. When I say people think it's anything, these shoes are in the shop.
Yeah.
If you go to Marks and Spencer,
they are there. The prices are there.
The prices are there and everything's there. So when people go and pack it and put it in their hands, I laugh. Let me tell you the top of my hand. This is my room. So you will see that you will see another one. So when you pack all these things and put in your all over the place, so everywhere is shoe, everywhere is watch, everywhere is no. You don't need them. It's a different thing if they're no longer in the shop. I say, okay, because they're running out of it, let me pack it and go and keep it in my house. But for something that is available and is there, you're going to pack it in your house, occupy space, and that's why they need 10 rooms, 8 rooms. No, I need only 2 rooms. The only thing that you see here is book.
I can.
And Bible.
Yes.
You can see so many different Bibles.
Yes. And your rosaries as
and
well.
And my rosaries all over the place. You just pray, think, read. That's it. Nothing else.
Now, I mean, something caught my attention. Now, this is a book written by Okonjo-Iweala.
Yes.
Fighting Corruption is Dangerous. Yes. I think in this book, I read the book. And in reading the book, I can't remember the chapter, but if I glance through, I will see. But one of the striking things was, everybody complains that Nigeria has no money. But in this book, you were mentioned as one of those, actually the champion of someone who was saying, let us save money. And everybody, and others, those who are shouting we don't have money are those that went to court.
Let me tell you, no, what was there was page 61. It was an argument about savings. Because while I was crying towards the governors and everything, let's save money. And everybody said no, and shouting at her. And everybody, I said, why can't we save money? This is the only country that I know that have oil or call it any assets that is diminishing that doesn't save.
Depreciating assets.
Depreciating assets.
Yeah.
Every depreciating assets you're meant to save because it's not going to be there
forever.
That is why from nowhere to everywhere, we're not saving. So what the argument was about saving money. And I keep saying it. There's no reason why this country should not make a law now and say, oh, we must save money. You know what people tell me? Oh, we are borrowing. I say, listen, it doesn't matter. That even Norway, with 1.something trillion sovereign wealth fund, my brother, their debt to GDP is still about 40%. So there's nothing wrong. You can be borrowing. Japan that is the debt to GDP of over 200%. You can say that it's one of the most indebted first world. They still have up to 2 trillion American treasury bonds or investment.
So, but the question is, what to do with the money? But it appears here we borrow to share, or rather to, as the case it is now.
Maybe one day we'll make an official interview and I'll tell you I'm borrowing him. Now we're just drinking coffee.
Let's start with the coffee. Thank you very much.
I have enough money because it was my personal money.
Yes.
That I used. And support of genuine many Anambra State people who I can call names. Then, of course, my election was based on I did this, allow me to finish it. Suddenly, the whole thing has changed where you now have to queue up in my own village and pay people. No way, I can't do it.
Pay people to vote.
I can't do it.
That's insane.
It doesn't, just like he has done in the judiciary. In this state, Ngige was hosting 5 tribunal judges. Quote me, documented. 5 of Ngige was their host. They were in court for 3 years and gave judgment in my favor. I went to Court of Appeal in Enugu. I got judgment. One of the judges I remember very well that wrote the judgment in my favor. 5 of the judges was Amina, who is now in Supreme Court. I never met her till about 2 or 3 years while I was in government. I came to the airport one day to check into British. She was going to Nigeria. I was coming back in Nigeria. And he said, Mr. Obi. And I turned and she told me who she is. I never gave her even what do I call pure water when she wrote that judgment. When I did my interpretation, when I was impeached, the judge who brought me back in Anambra State here, I didn't give her 1 kobo. She then became the chief judge. The person I went to at Court of Appeal, Ogebe, wrote my judgment to come back. I never met Ogebe until when she retired from Supreme Court. When I went for an interpretation with Andioba, none of the Supreme Court judges did I ever had a discussion with or met before the judgment. So when I now hear what is happening in our country, I'm worried.
It must worry every concern. Everyone.
I'm worried that people come to talk to you, not how we can better the country, not how but how it's going to benefit them, the new land they're going to buy, the this, the that. I said, listen, mine is how do we get the poor person in this country to live?
Fix, yeah.
How do they live? How do you want, everybody just want to make billion. Do we ever think about how are the schools going to run? How are we going to fix the hospitals? This. Things that are very simple. But like I said, we'll do a formal interview one of these days.